did get.
Okay. Should be. Do we have audio? I want to check.
Well, let's check and see if we got some audio here.
Oh. I have wireless mic. Wow.
Doesn't sound very good.
Doesn't sound good, no. It's on blue. That's noise canceling. Up a lot of stuff.
Yeah, weird. Oh, well, hopefully you guys can hear us. Welcome to another WEROCK Wednesday here. We just got back in Kansas City, and it is...
Yeah, no, that sounds terrible.
What if you pull off the cameras, see what the cameras sound like? Hang tight real quick, guys. For some reason, our audio sounds pretty bad. Seems quiet off of the camera. Tammy says she can hear us fine. Could be the computer that is blown out or something. It could be full of dirt and sand. I wouldn't know how that, and water and everything else. So, Tammy, let us know if that doesn't sound good on your side, and we'll try and make some adjustments. But
I turned the
EQ is working on our side over here. It shows that it's working fine. It just doesn't sound good to us. So. Wow, a crazy event up in Roush Creek. It was definitely a crazy one. So we will get to that here in just a little bit. But I want to thank Maxxis Tires, Laser Nut, Metal Cloak, Brannick Motorsports, Crown Automotive, Spider Tracks Off-Road, Raceline Wheels, PCI Race Radios, and Tire Right. For their support of the 2024 WEROCK season. Real quick, we're going to jump into some Farmington info. So the fall crawl is starting here very, very soon. We will do one more WEROCK live from here next week, and then we leave the next day. So we'll be on the road a week from tomorrow, headed to Farmington. So it is. It is definitely always a highlight of the season. Everyone should have received their invitations if you ran with us this season, and we had correct mailing information for you. You would have received an invitation. It is not an invite-only event. I get that question asked. You don't have to qualify for it. You don't have to be invited specifically by us. It is open to everyone. It is a one-off event. Put on by WEROCK, so, and it is a tough one to win for sure, to bring home just that one shot. So, kicking off the week, Labor Day down in Farmington. The swap meet starts on Labor Day. There's a meet and greet on Tuesday. The Ultimate Performance UTV barbecue is on Wednesday. The Cliffhangers barbecue will be out at Brown Springs on Thursday night. And then, of course, things really kick into high gear. You know, trail rides and all that stuff available during the week as well. Friday is the downtown takeover. And that, you know, talked to Rick a little bit today as well. And it's sounding very, very cool. Every year it gets bigger and bigger. This year they are having a stage right out in front of the community center, I believe it is. So there'll be the stage, there'll be the RTI ramp, and then we'll be set up right there. But we will be doing the awards on the stage in front of everybody, right in front of the RTI ramp. So that's the national, we'll find out more.
National Championship, the Eastern and Western Series. We'll give those out there downtown. So we have the stage, and we'll have the backdrops down there. We will have a Brannick National Championship backdrop made. So the guys that won that are going to have their very own Brannick National Championship backdrop as well. So that'll be really cool to see.
Yep. Yeah, so huge shout out to Stan and Brandon. I guess Stan's on his way out to the Rubicon Trail. I believe Brandon is holding down the fort there in Fort Wayne, Indiana. So huge shout out to those guys for the national championship and also the Hot Dog Friday event that we've done only on the East Coast this season, as it worked out, because we started later in the year putting that together. And when we were in Goldingdale, we went downtown and had to support the restaurants down there. So
restaurant cooked some pulled pork sandwiches. So we had those. That was very good.
So huge shout out to Brannick for helping out with that. Trying to think if there's tickets will be available. The t-shirts, the merch trailer, registration, everything will be downtown Friday night. There will be tow trucks and trailers available to shuttle rigs back and forth. Let me check and see. I think I had this pulled up here. If there's the map. I know Rick told me who it was, and I should have that written down. I apologize for not having that here right offhand. But anyways, there is a conversation and not via messages. But there is a tow truck company. We'll get them promoted here as soon as I send a message to Rick and confirm who that was again. But that's going to be able to shuttle rigs back and forth. And it should be a good time. So we're definitely very excited about that. That all leads up to 10 o'clock on Saturday and Sunday for the WEROCK event. Things will go pretty much like normal on Saturday. We'll start at 10 a.m., run through the day. Saturday night, we will have the competitors' dinner. That will be catered by Salinas Burritos, same lady that did food last year. In addition to that, we will be raffling off the 2023 backdrop that we've had that we've used all season. So,
2000.
Well, it's the winners from 23.
23, yeah.
Yeah. So
the ones that we used over
24. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So the current backdrop will be retired, and that will be moving. We will be auctioning that off, and what we had decided last couple of years, I think we've done the Jesse Combs Foundation, and we were talking earlier this year as to who we wanted to do to receive the funds that we raise from that, and we happen to have somebody that competes with us that has something that would really be a good thing to support, and Coulter Brassanini. Yep. And our plan is to donate to the Juvenile Diabetes Association. They have a new name now. Again, I should have that wrote down, but I don't. It is Breakthrough T1D, and that was formerly the, I believe, the Junior Diabetes Foundation. So. We are going to be making that donation to the Breakthrough group for diabetes. So not only for that, but just to raise awareness, in our community as well, just to get the word out. So we're very excited about that. The other thing that we're going to have going on Saturday night is the Ultimate Performance UTV Challenge. That will be at 6 p.m. We are going to run a little bit different format. It will be 2 courses.
Yep.
And I think what we're planning on doing is they'll either be somewhere between 8 to 10 gates.
Yeah, I think
so we're going to hopefully combine 2 sportsman courses. And then we've got to get the rules posted on that. We've discussed it, but we just haven't got it on the computer yet. But it will not have course flow. So that way,
the bonus land that we run in the shootout now, I think it'll be that bonus land format. So you'll start and you will have your choice of gates. So I think that'll fit very well for the UTV crowd that's used to moving a little bit quicker. And especially it'll be good because it's an open class. If we have rear steer one, I mean, it'll be open to everyone.
yeah,
And
it will be
you'll
a
have,
run what you
you
run
know,
class.
There'll be some gates that'll favor long wheelbase, and there'll be some gates that'll favor some short wheelbase. So I think it'll even the playing field, having just they go out and run their gates and get as many as they can.
Yeah, so if you've got a two-door, a two-seat RZR, you'll be able to go out and hit a course or hit an obstacle that maybe favors a short wheelbase RZR, where if something's, there might be an obstacle that favors a longer wheelbase. So they'll be able to kind of pick and choose what they want and how they approach that. So really looking forward to seeing how that format works. And I think it will be a really good fit for the UTVs. And I think it'll be a good show for everybody.
Microphones have quit working now.
Well, let's just switch over to the cameras or the
I
phone.
think they're too quiet. Okay. Says we're back live. You may have to refresh
All right.
there.
Let me refresh here and see if I can figure out what has gone wrong.
Oh, it's restarted here. I don't know.
We're going to close that out completely.
No, you may restart. Go back to the page and restart.
What if I refresh everything?
Yes.
Is that
That's what
the
I'm
restart?
That's the restart
Yeah.
that I'm talking about.
It is. It doesn't help. We're so tired. So let's see.
It's gonna pick up that, so it's gonna get real bad. Okay, well.
So it sounds like for some reason our my laptop speaker has blown out as well.
Yeah.
So it's
I'd
just
say-
a whole lot of issues.
Well, it turns out also the live stream has decided to not work.
Yeah.
So that's
Oh my goodness. All right, so yay, we're back, Ashley.
working again.
All right, thanks, Steve. What a mess.
Yeah.
Technology is absolutely amazing. So Saturday night, just recap on that. Dinner, Saturday night, provided by Salinas Burritos. The UTV Ultimate Performance UTV Challenge will be at 6 p.m. Saturday night. We're running the 2 courses on that. Food for the entire weekend will be the Salinas Burritos, Red Hot Cruisin' Cuisine, Purple Cow Cafe, and Shaved Ice. So again, if you guys have a product or a company, business, anything that you would like to promote at Grand Nationals out there, let us know, and we'll get you on the list and make sure we have space for everybody. So we will have Raceline wheels on site, and when I talked to Don a couple weeks ago, he was having a big pallet shipped in of all kinds of things to give away for both Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that is going to be super exciting as well. Yep. Oh, and the banner raffle. Yep. So we will raffle off the backdrop this season with all of the proceeds going to the
Breakthrough.
Yeah, Breakthrough, previously known as the Juvenile Diabetes, I believe, Research Foundation is what that was. So if you didn't jump on earlier, then that's pretty much a recap of what we had.
Some of the things going on.
Yes.
All right.
We did the 20% off coupon code has been updated and is working correctly. It is WEROCK 24 GN. So you guys jump on there, get your discount tickets if you would like to do that. Also, the registration link is live on the main page of WeRockLive.com, and that will get you directly into. So the registration, if you guys have ever had any issues with that, it'll bring up the spectator tickets, and you just scroll down, and the driver registration is below that. All that information on there. So. Tons and tons of stuff going into Farmington. We've got a bunch more. Again, talked to Rick Jenkins today, and working on some details, and some of the stuff they have going on is, it sounds like it is going to be the biggest and the best. Lauren Healy's going to be there with all of his toys. The Nitto Semi is going to be there. So like Raceline Wheels going to be there with us as well. So a lot of really, really cool stuff. Make sure you get out and get down Friday night. We'll have tickets available, t-shirts, and tech and registration downtown Friday. And it's going to be a blast. So don't miss it, guys. All right. Moving into the Crown Automotive updates. So Roush Creek was completely insane. We spent the entire weekend in the clouds up there. It was.
I was talking to Dave Binkard, and I'm like, I know I've heard of events in the snow, in pouring rain, but I don't know if we've done an event where you couldn't see the course next to you because you were in a cloud.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a little damp. And by that I mean it was damp the entire time, and it rained. It really didn't rain too hard except for a few times.
No, it just we had rain Friday night, overnight, and then really we didn't have much rain at all on Saturday that I recall.
Yeah, but what a crazy event! Probably some of the hardest courses to cap off the season here. If you didn't see any, it was side hill into the next side hill. Yeah. So it was, but it made for some very technical courses, and quite a few rollovers, and some really hard sportsman courses over on the natural terrain. So it was, it was a battle the entire weekend. There was no one person that ran away with it. Both days, at the end of the day, it was a cone, was all that separated the teams, and so it was super close, and everyone had something to fight. I know Cam Beasley ended up on his roof 3 times, but other than that, I mean, he
But
really ran
then
some great courses.
He set low score on other courses. So
Yep,
yeah,
it was just such a fine line on every course of balancing the car pretty much between the side hill and rolling it over. And so we saw, I think almost everybody at some point had to save the car and drive it. They had to drive the car out of a rollover. Jesse Haynes, I mean, I saw him on 3 tires, 2 tires. Charlie Meltzner, 3 tires, 2 tires. It was such a challenging man-made course that I ended up setting. And it, I mean, even the natural stuff, we had Danny Benner and Jesse Haynes launching gate 1, pretty much just hucking the car straight up into the air. Jesse Haynes unfortunately braking because of it, but they didn't stop. They put the car back together, got it welded up. Chris and Tiffany, they were able to get Jesse a new upper link, welded the bungs in, and got him going for the next day. And he was able to make up his ground that he lost, and with only 3 of the competitors finishing that course out of 7 or 8. Is that how many we had in the unlimited class?
Yeah, I believe so. So it was a very competitive field for sure. Like you said, there was somebody that did well on almost every course. So they were doable, but it was really tricky.
Nobody could put together a full weekend. There was nobody that had a full weekend, and even with that, it came down to 10 points. I mean, that's all that was separating the top 3 teams, pretty much. So I know such a crazy shootout, and I mean, completely rearranged the places.
Yeah, unbelievable for sure. Definitely did not expect that. Somehow Jesse made it into the shootout after
by only a couple points. Danny Benner was only a couple points, a couple reverses out of 3rd.
Yeah, so that was absolutely incredible. As well, the fact that he made the shootout, he rolled the car, got it righted back again. I mean, just what an incredible end. I just really heartbroken for Dale. He had a great weekend, and when it came down to that last
into
course,
the shootout first, he just needed to put down a decent run.
His car is definitely a lot lower. I would say it's lower than Jesse's car, and that particular section of the park that we used, that man-made mound, Camel's Back, was I think probably favored a little bit a taller belly. But yeah, it was crazy for sure. And little Charlie made it into the shootout, was phenomenal. And Jesse made it through the shootout through the main courses, gates 1 through 4 in under 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was pretty quick, and they were not easy gates, super challenging. We saw, it took Charlie 7 minutes to get through them, and then Dale ended up taking 2 cones trying to get through the standard gates, and that. So I mean, just getting through gate 1, 2, 3, 4 was really the biggest challenge, and then finding time for the bonus land. And yet Jesse, I mean, his bonus land started off not very well. They hit a cone, then immediately rolled the car over onto its side, and then taking another cone. It was all over the place, but still he was the quickest one through.
And even the bonus that he did get on the backside, he did while on 3 tires, trying to
roll
save
the car.
It. Yeah, exactly. So it was super, super difficult. I did on with Jesse. He was running out of time. He was checking in his last finish gates, and he did hit the cone with the rear tires, and they had intended to stop time when they went through the finish gate. and I made the judgment call there that made sense, to me, what they were trying to do.
I mean, they only had 15 seconds.
They had 15 seconds left,
but
and they hit it with the rear tire, which was, on a normal course flow that's no
you
big
finish
deal.
once you break
Right.
the plane, but there is
And,
no finish gate on
with the shootout. So I definitely made a huge mistake on that cone call, but at the time it made perfect sense. And the way things ended up shaking out, without that call, it could have drastically changed things. Now, that's not to say that if that would have been the call, that little Charlie would have pushed harder or something would have went, So, unfortunately, even though I'm the one that made the call, and it's been really hard to have to process that, but the way that it all shook out, that could have meant that little Charlie won the event and Michael Brassanini won the national title. So a huge mistake on my part. That's definitely created a fair amount of drama that we try to avoid as much as possible. But I definitely wanted to address it. The fact that I did screw up, and doing the best that we can. And at the time, I thought that was the correct call because it made sense. But once it was brought to my attention, it definitely was incorrect on my part for sure. So I hate that. It has not been fun. That's all I've thought about since we've left Pennsylvania. So it's weighing heavily on me. But unfortunately, we don't know how things would have changed if I would have made the correct call. But all I can say is that we will strive to do better next season, and hopefully we can get more where we're not spread so thin, and we can be a little bit better focused on trying to make those calls. So that's just kind of wanted to toss that out there and let everybody else know, kind of what transpired after the event, because most people, unless you were there or involved in that, we're not probably not privy to that information. But we definitely don't want any kind of like weird conspiracy rumor stuff or anything like that. So I wanted to toss that out there and say that it's definitely my fault for sure. So other things from the weekend, other than my mistakes and the rain and the clouds and Jesse spilling oil all over the course with Jeremy from 386's. It was nice oil.
It was very slick as well.
Yes,
We had
incredibly
to fix
slick.
that because you couldn't hardly walk on the climb after that. But another thing that we wrapped up with with Pennsylvania was Sportsman A. We had a lot of pressure on the Sportsman A teams with Lee and Ashley, and then Craig and Craig. Both of them making a very long drive. Craig from California, Lee and Ashley from Texas.
40 hours to get out there to Pennsylvania.
And
so
Craig had to beat Lee and Ashley, and
by 2 positions, right?
I think if he would have won,
or did he have to win?
He had to win or beat them by 2 positions or something like that. But because then it would go to the tiebreaker once he won. But if otherwise, yeah.
But anyways, Craig ended up having the weirdest thing. So they had mechanical issues with the fan and the water pump, both electric water pump and the electric fan. Anytime they would use rear steer, it would blow the fuse and the car would start to overheat. And so every time
had
they
car issues, and that really, it was such a tight event in scoring. It always is in Sportsman A. As soon as you have one course goes bad, it can really put you back in the points.
Yeah.
So they were hoping to make up some points Sunday, and again, and then they had run into more car issues with the fan, and that just put them out of that top spot, which opened the door for Lee and Ashley to take the clean sweep. Every event they ran was first for them.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty incredible for a brand new team. You know, it just shows their communication skills and being able to work together. I know that Ashley was super nervous, and it was the first event that they hadn't done well on the courses. And I know how that is, you know, as a competitor. Like, for me, where we ended up in the points versus other competitors was kind of secondary to how we did on the courses. You know, so it was more of a challenge for us to beat the courses than it was to beat the other competitors. So we knew if we were doing well on courses that we were going to be in good shape. But you know, when you're getting your butt kicked by the courses,
yeah, definitely that's
tough to persevere.
Some really challenging courses, and Nick alone was sitting in first place, and he ended up rolling off of a bonus line onto his side and couldn't recover the car. I mean, it was that every team was pushing for the bonus gates, figuring out when to use rear steer. You know, was it just going to need the rear steer to get around these bonuses, or could we drag axle it and make 10 points up? It was such a close battle, and it pushed, and you know, Nick alone rolled over. Craig had car issues, and there Lee and Ashley were just putting together a weekend. And you know, I know that Saturday they came to me and were like, that was the worst we've done.
Yeah.
But they were still sitting pretty good in points, and then Sunday they kept with it, and there they were on top of the podium. So that wrapped up their National Brannick Series title and the Eastern title for them. So a long drive. So thank you to everyone that came out and made the drive to fight for the national championship, and it made for such a great event. And just, I mean, it all came down to Pennsylvania, and the courses were hard, and you had to do well. I mean, there was no...
Yeah, it not only did it come down to Pennsylvania, but it came down to the last couple courses, and Unlimited came down to the last competitor on course for the entire season. So absolutely crazy. We had around 150 competitors. I know we'll add to that when we get to Farmington as well, but we've had 150 different competitors run with us this season, and thank you guys so much for being a part of that as we, you know, continue to learn and grow, and you know, try and build WEROCK back up into something that is going to be you know, really exciting to be a part of here in the future. So we're working hard, you know, both behind the scenes and out on the weekends, you know, with the events. So
make sure we have live and video coverage from the events, and just make it to where it's a fun, you know, you want to be there, you want to watch the event, and you know, and that makes it even better for you guys competing. You know, Baghdad, Dayton, Tennessee, you have that big crowd down there following you around. It's so much fun, and you know, that just makes the sport so much fun to be around. And all the competitors that, you know, like I said, we had people broke, and it wasn't probably 5-10 minutes before they had somebody there to fix them. They had a shop that they could go to. They had multiple shops that they could go to. So it's such an amazing community that we have here, and next year we'll continue.
Yeah. So I will be in touch with everybody that will be getting a series trophy or a national trophy, because we will be handing those out in Farmington, and we want to make that program look as good to everybody there as we can. So we'll make sure who's going to be there to receive your trophies for at Grand Nationals. So
yep.
That is going to be very, very cool. We've got I got 2 big boxes of trophies from Laser Nut today, so thank you to James and Cody, you know, for all that you guys do with the trophies as well. And then hopefully, if Craig Allen ever makes it back to California before he comes to Farmington, you know, hopefully he will be able to bring the rest of the trophies, because national trophies are they don't ship very well. So, anything else with Roush? Oh, I want to say thank you to Bernie, Ron Lynn, and the Crazy Cruiser Motorsports stayed late and helped us clean up so that we could get everything packed away before it started raining again.
Yep.
And that was much needed because by the time we got everything kind of packed up and ready to go, it was pouring again on Monday. So thank you guys so much for that, not only for helping clean up, but getting all the weeds and everything knocked down. Thank you guys so much for that. Oh my gosh, so many people the macaroni, the rolling macaroni.
Yeah, rolling macaroni.
That was amazing. So
Yep.
I know that we did not sell a whole lot there with the rain and the weather, and we knew it would be a light spectator event anyways. But man, thanks to those guys for coming out and providing some amazing food up there. So we are currently working on next year's schedule. We're trying to there's a couple things that we are really struggling with how to accomplish. And hopefully we can get those worked out here in the next couple weeks would be our goal. So to try and get stuff out early, probably get it out to the other series to try and work with everybody else and have as few conflicts as possible. But that's the goal with that. So thank you to everybody that made Roush possible up there. It was absolutely incredible. So Trail Hero, we've talked to so many people, so many competitors, WEROCK competitors, that our original plan was to release 24 spots, 12 pro and 12 sportsmen, to the public to really kind of generate some interest, and do that right before Grand Nationals to really kind of help push some social media stuff. But we've had so many WEROCK competitors that have talked to us about coming out and wanting to compete at Trail Hero, that we as soon as that link is available on the website, we're going to keep that on the backside, and we will post that link available in the WEROCK competitors forum. So
Yep.
that way you guys get first shot at that. We'll let that go live for probably a couple of days, and then we will switch over to filling what spots remain to the public. So, but just want to give you guys an update on that. And tell Kristen that we missed her at Roush because Caleb and I had to do live things, and it's a lot of work. So we really appreciate your help for everything you've done all season to make our lives easier. So X-Rock is this weekend.
Yep.
So I wanted to give a shout out to everybody that is competing and trying to qualify or running in the street legal rock crawl. Wish you guys best of luck out there. Hope the weather holds out and is amazing up in New Hampshire, but that is going to be an awesome one to watch. So make sure you guys jump over onto their live feed this weekend. I believe it should be up on Saturday if you guys want to see more East Coast rock crawling.
I figured
So,
probably Benner Motorsports will also be live there.
Yep. Definitely Benner Motorsports.
Might be another live going as well.
Yeah. So
Leah might get over there and do some live. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sure Benner will have the qualifying, and then X-Rock will have the main event.
yeah. So anyways, I know we're running crazy long, but a lot to cover tonight, and just wanted to try and get as much information out to you guys as possible. So a couple weeks away from Fall Crawl. Like I said, next Wednesday is our last day here in Kansas City. So
Tiffany
yep.
will be live Saturday.
Yeah, definitely Tiffany will be live all day Saturday on the X-Rock Facebook, and probably, I assume, on YouTube as well, Tiffany. Yeah, that'll be a great, it's going to be it'll be a fun event. So they do a good job over there putting on those events, and it has worked out. I think it's always tough having back-to-back weekends. I know TJ Tanner's doing a bunch of work on Cam Beasley's car to try and get it ready for next. Because they qualify on Friday, so
Yep.
A very
It's
short
coming,
turnaround on there. But
coming right up, but we've got people coming out to the WEROCK and then to the X-Rock, and it's made for quick back-to-back events, but I think it's brought some West Coast guys out as well.
yeah, make it worth their while to come out and help qualify for the national points, and also support the X-Rock and see what what that's all about, and be able to support other rock crawling venues as well. So very, very cool. You guys have a great week. We will talk to you next Wednesday, but jump on wearklive.com and go ahead and get those tickets and pre-register if you want for Grand Nationals. See you guys soon.